If you're here, the new moon in Gemini is calling you inwards, into your mind, into your thoughts, into the space where your reality begins. So take this as your sacred pause. Before you begin this meditation, I invite you to grab a journal and a pen and take a few moments to write. Write down any thoughts that have been repeating in your mind lately, any limiting beliefs, any unhelpful or unkind inner dialogue. Maybe things like, I'm not enough, I'm behind, I can't do this, I'm not successful, I don't know how. Just notice what shows up for you, and it's okay if none of those resonate. Just consider what's holding you back right now. What thoughts do you know are not serving you? And write them down. Then write this. What would my highest self be thinking instead? If I already lived the life I desire, what would my thoughts sound like? Take a few moments here. Pause this recording if you need to. And when you're ready, come back. Welcome back. I invite you to lie down for this meditation. Take a moment to get as comfortable as you can. And close your eyes or soften your gaze, whatever helps you best to relax and go within. And if there's anything that you can do to feel even 10% more comfortable, I invite you to make those adjustments now. Then settle into stillness and begin to deepen your breath in through your nose. Feel your belly round like a balloon. Soft sigh out through your mouth. Again, expansive belly breath in. Cleansing breath out. Once more, big inhale. Complete exhale. Continue to deepen your breath on your own. Notice the rise of your belly on your inhales. How your belly softens when you exhale. Now, soften your body more and more. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Unclench your jaw. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let your cheeks feel heavy down the sides of your face. Soften your shoulders. Let your arms and hands feel heavy and relaxed. Melt your heart space. Soften your tummy. Relax your hips. Let your thighs and feet feel heavy and relaxed. Gently settle yourself inside. Gather yourself in this moment. You are ready to make a really positive and long-lasting change in yourself. That is why you are here. Right now, begin to bring to mind the limiting belief you would like to reprogram. Imagine what your life could feel like without this belief holding you back. As you listen, allow yourself to sense what you truly desire for yourself. Let this naturally point you towards a positive future direction. Perhaps you are craving greater fulfillment, a sense of worthiness or self-acceptance, maybe a deeper sense of empowerment, greater health or wealth, or more openness to love and intimacy. All of these are valid desires. They are simply different expressions of what it feels like to come home to yourself. So just notice right now what comes up intuitively. What do you most want to experience in your life and your future? What feels true for you? Allow yourself to gently connect with that desire without forcing it. As you do, you may also notice a sense of what has been blocking you. Something that feels stuck, held back, or just out of reach. As if there is something that has been standing between you and this more open, expanded version of your life. Now, gently check in with your body. Notice if there are any physical sensations that arise as you hold this intention. Any tightness, contraction, or areas of resistance. Just observe. Some people notice a knot in the stomach, or a tightness in the chest, or a constriction in the throat. There is nothing to fix right now, only to notice what your body is revealing. Sometimes this may not show up in the body at all, but as a thought. Something like, I don't deserve this, or what I want is beyond my reach. Just notice what it feels like to meet that belief, the sense of restriction it creates, the feeling of limitation or contraction. This is a belief you may have been carrying for quite some time. Perhaps it was absorbed from people around you, family members, an early relationship, or a teacher who once shaped how you saw yourself. Or perhaps it formed during a challenging period in your life when it felt safer to believe something smaller about yourself. So now, gently get a sense of that block. Not just what it is, but what it feels like. The protective quality within it. The cautious energy that has been trying to keep you safe in its own way. And at a deeper level, you may begin to sense that this old belief no longer matches who you are today. It belongs to an earlier version of you. And you can begin to speak to that part of yourself now. Let it know that you see it, that you appreciate everything it has tried to do to protect you. And just like a child who no longer needs training wheels on a bike, there comes a moment where support can be released. You have outgrown this way of being, and it is safe now to expand. Now imagine you are getting onto your bike without training wheels and riding along a gentle, flat trail. You're surrounded by beautiful, blooming flowers. The path carrying you towards a stunning beach in the distance. As you ride, you can sense it is time to begin choosing more accurate, supportive, life-affirming beliefs. Beliefs that reflect your truth and open you to new possibilities. Feel the wind moving through your hair as a new sense of freedom begins to emerge. And notice how the tension you once held in your body begins to soften and release. Relaxing now around that old limiting belief. As you continue riding, a growing sense of calm begins to spread through you. You are leaving behind the training wheels, the old trail, and the limitations that no longer define you, allowing them to gently dissolve behind you. Drifting forward through the flower fields, you can already see the white sand of the beach ahead. Calm, open, at ease. It is okay to let go now, to ride freely as yourself, feeling the wind on your face. Let comfort and calm begin to flow through you saturating any places that were holding tension before. You may even notice yourself observing from a slight distance, as if watching in a dream-like way, allowing your system to unwind more deeply. Relaxing all the way down into a deeply restful, hypnotic state where new possibilities can begin to open, and anything ready to be released can gently fall away. And now you arrive at the beach. You lean your bike against a simple fence and step out onto the warm, soft sand beneath your feet. As you stroll along the shoreline, you hear the steady rhythm of the ocean waves meeting the shore. The salty breeze moves across your skin, guiding you into even deeper relaxation. Deeply relaxed now. Ahead, you notice a lighthouse rising from the beach, shaped almost like a giant sandcastle. As you approach, you see a spiraling staircase leading up to a small metal door. As I count down from 5 to 1, you find yourself moving step by step up that staircase, becoming more deeply relaxed with each number. At 1, you arrive at the door, ready to open it and meet someone very special and specific. 5, one step up, feeling your foot landing on the step. 4, another step up, twice as deep into trance, a creative state of inner learning. 3, up a few more steps, dropping in deeper and deeper now, a calm, relaxed curiosity about who that person is. 2, almost to the top, feeling this hypnotic pull of the door at the top. 1, arriving at the top. Seeing your hand reaching out, grasping the handle of the cool metal door, turning it, opening it, and seeing yourself, but not exactly you. A version of you from a parallel universe. This version of you looks and sounds just like you. You share so much in common. But there is one very important difference. This version of you has no limiting beliefs. And because of that, different possibilities are open to them. Life feels different. What feels challenging for you, they breeze by with ease. This is your opportunity now to speak with this version of you. To ask what life is like without that old belief. How does it feel to live free from that restriction? Simply listen. speaking and listening with this alternate version of you. And as you listen, you may begin to understand more deeply how life can be when you are no longer carrying this limitation. Now, gently bring to mind the version of you who first internalized this belief. Go back to the earliest time you can remember feeling not enough, ashamed, like you had to change, hide, or be something other than who you are. Create a clear mental image of them at that age. Notice how they felt. And just observe the hurt, the confusion, the way this belief began to take root. What did that version of you learn? Now, return to the version of you from the parallel universe, the version whose light was never dimmed. Envision them clearly, radiating pure white light, full of ease, freedom, and natural expression. And now, begin to imagine these two versions of you walking towards one another. The version of you that carried the belief, walking timidly, glancing up shyly, and the version of you that never did, glowing bright, walking confidently, chin held high, with a kind smile on their face. And as they come closer, that free version of you opens up their arms, offering a loving hug to the version carrying the weight of those past beliefs. That version crawls into their arms, receiving this loving embrace. And as they embrace, they begin to merge, enveloped in this bright light, not as two separate selves, but as one integrated being, a three-dimensional version of you, whole, unified, expansive, a version of you who has integrated experience rather than being defined by it. A version of you who can acknowledge old shadows and use them as fuel for growth. As you feel into this integration, notice what becomes possible. Who are you when you are no longer organized around this old belief? more open, more free, more you. Free to move through life with curiosity, confidence, and deep inner steadiness. And now, just pause here for a moment with this version of you, the integrated version, the version of you who is no longer organized around that old belief. And begin to notice something subtle. The way your mind feels now. Quieter, clear, more spacious. And if you listen closely, you may begin to notice the way you speak to yourself now. The tone of your inner voice, more supportive, more steady, more trusting. Notice the thoughts that arise naturally here, not forced, not repeated like a mantra, just the thoughts that feel normal in this version of you. Maybe thoughts like, I trust myself. I am capable. I can handle this. I am allowed to take up space. I am becoming who I'm meant to be. Let these thoughts move through your mind easily, effortlessly, as if this is simply how you think now, because it is. And notice there's nothing to force here, nothing to convince, just a quiet shift in perspective, a new way of relating to yourself. And as you rest here, let this way of thinking begin to feel familiar. Let it feel safe. Let it feel like home. Imagine this integrated version of you standing before the parallel universe version, the free version of you who never carried the belief. And simply offer gratitude, a quiet thank you. And begin to say goodbye, knowing the connection remains always accessible, but no longer necessary to hold on to. Something has dissolved. An old pattern is no longer shaping your experience in the same way. And in its place, there is space, clarity, freedom, and possibility. Take a moment to feel gratitude for what has shifted, for what has been understood, and for the reprogramming that is taking place at a deeper level. Take a few slow breaths now, inhaling gratitude, exhaling ease. And gently repeat inwardly, thank you, more please. Now imagine that the metal door is beside you again. Turn toward it, open it, step through, and begin walking down the spiral staircase. Returning now. 5. Coming back into awareness, still, calm. 4. Relaxed and grounded. 3. Beginning to reorient. 2. Noticing your body and the space around you. 1. Fully present now. When you are ready, you can open your eyes. Notice what feels different now. Carrying this sense of integration with you. Thank you for taking this time to work with your inner world. The unique light within me recognizes and honors the unique light within you.